welcome, or welcome back. Hi, this is the New Year Review where we talk about books and all bookish content. So, this is May Mental Health Month, and I love reading about mental health. I love doing mental health, activities that will increase my positive mental health. Let's just say that. But for this month, my TBR is going to look kind of different. I'm going to introduce to you some books that I would like to actually start reading this month. I don't know if I will finish them this month, but I want to start reading them for May as we really get down deep in mental health and what is it, right? And so I want to engage this conversation throughout the month of May as we embrace Mental Health Month, and then the following months as we target specific groups addressing mental health. So my reads will look different, but the goal is to stick to my reading challenges and somehow to incorporate that if I can. So if you're watching this on the Nubian Review, welcome or welcome back. And then I have another channel called the Nubian Journals where this video will also be available. So welcome to the fam. And so the reason why it will be posted on both channels is because not only am I going to be sharing the books that I would like to get into for May as we embrace discussing topics of mental health, but also, I want to use this as an opportunity to write about it, to challenge ourselves, to get into more journaling, creative activities that will release various stresses as they can become mentally anguishing, right? So let's get into my physical TBR first. That of books that I want to read or at least delve into. Now, before we do that, I had to go and find my reading list for 2026. I will share with you. I'm not going to do a downward shot. I'll just show you the page. This is my reading list for 2026. As you see, the red hearts are the hearts that I finished the books. The hearts that I just drew hearts on the books that I started and that I'm still working to go through. Actually, I need to update this list. But anyway, so looking on my list, I have one, that can be a book. Well, I'm thinking about that. One, a possible two, and I have two books and a possible third book that I would like to add on my TBR. So hold on. Let me grab those books and I'll be right back. Okay, so the three books that I will be introducing to this TBR that is from my 26 of 2026 reading challenges is Poverty by Mathew Desmond. And I'm actually in the middle of reading this as we speak. And the reason why I pulled this book is because this is not talking about mental health specifically, but it does have various stories of individuals who have suffered with some type of disability that led to, how can we say, long-standing mental illness. And we're talking about social disparities. We're talking about poverty. We're talking about housing. We're talking about lack of Medicare or medical care for individuals who need treatment. So mental health and mental illness, it is weaved into that tale. And so Poverty by America, I thought it was a fitting book for this particular month in specific. And I also will be introducing other books along the way, but not in this video. So yes, Poverty by America, Mathew Desmond. The next one is Behave, The Biology of Humans at Our Best and Our Worst, Robert M. Sapolsky. And so this delves into various aspects of total mind and body health. And so this is a chunker. So that's why I said books that I will start reading this month. I actually have this on audiobook, and I now have the physical text. So I'll be pairing these two and just doing a deep dive into, how the body is telling you, like the mind is telling the body, when it is suffering. So it says the biology of human at our best and at our worst. The last time I listened to this on audiobook, I did get something out of it, but I think that as I love listening to a lot of audio, I think pairing this visually would definitely help me. Last but not least, this is a book that I have not read and I would love to delve into. Inflamed, Deep Medicine and the Anatomy of Injustice. Dual authors, Rupa Mayra and Raj Patel. And I think Rupa Mayra is the doctor, and she is the one who definitely delves into the system of racial injustice that inflames a lot of the ailments, whether it's mental or physical, and it plagues the black and brown communities here in these United States. So this is on my 26 to 2026, as well as Behave, as well as Poverty. And so I'm looking to get into those books this month, or continue and finishing a couple of them. New books that I'm introducing, and it's only 2 books, you guys. It is How to Be an Antiracist, Ibram X. Kendi. Now, you may ask me, how does this have to do with mental illness? I think racism is a mental health condition that we really don't label it as a mental illness. And so Ibram X. Kendi does a magnificent job in giving parents the tools on how to look at how to teach their children about racism and how to be an anti-racist. Which reminds me of a book that I probably should have pulled, but not for this video, The Sum of Us by Heather McGhee. In this book, I'm going to have to do a review on that book. I know it's going to strike a lot of feelings in me, so I'm not mentally there yet. But this author, she engages us on how when the white narcissist decides that they do not want other racial cultural groups to have equal access, it creates a system of injustice, which is plagued by mental illness. So let's continue. And if you are not a white narcissist, that comment is not for you. So don't put anything in my comments. Last but not least, one book that I would like to try to delve into is How the Mind Works. Steven Pinker. He gives us a provocative look on the mind, body, and spirit, and how that all intertwine into our mental health. And so I'm looking to delve into this book. It's been a while. I found this book at a thrift store, and I was nudged to get it. So I am definitely interested in getting into this one this month for May, Mental Health Month. And then the 2 journals. And I have a whole journal video set aside for the journaling that I'll be doing. So I hope you will join wherever you are in the world. 2 videos, three, but 2 books in particular. I want to try to, get some writing done in this month. Not new, but I've had these journals for a couple of years now. But I'm finally getting to it because it's time for them. 1 question a day is a journal where it just gives you prompts. Very easy questions. This for me is it's going to be like a daily mental check-in on stuff that I wanted to just write about. I'm going to give you some of the questions to say, if you could change one thing from your past, what would it be? So simple stuff like that. And it asks you to rate your day. So this will be a good challenge because this is not anything that I have to think hard about because the question is already there. I'm not going to over exaggerate. I'm just going to write how I feel. Let's give you another question. What is your strongest childhood memory? For some of us, that could be traumatic. some of us it can be pure joy, but it also asks you just to rate your day, right? And you can change that. You don't even have to rate your day, right? Or you can say that, you know, had a bad childhood. I'm skipping the question. The goal is to fill out every page and to use that as a stepping stool for other mental health and wellness projects and readings that I would like to continue to process and do on this journey. Let me give you a couple of more questions. What can you do to feel more centered? That's a good mental health question. One more. How can you manage work-life balance and balance better? That's a great mental health question. So it has various questions. The the lines are big, questions are small. Date it, score your day out of 5, or don't. But this would be a good way for me to measure, you know, how I'm feeling for today. Last but not least, and this is something that I love. I always love writing poetry, and so I am challenging myself. The book is A Little Sunshine and a Little Rain, a poetry journal, Sabina Laura. The cover itself, it just speaks beauty, right? I forgot where I got this from, but I will put the title and the author of everything that I can find in the description below. And so in this book, it has seasonal poetry. So we're now in spring. And so for May, my challenge is to at least get 1 point in a week. So we'll see how we do. So this is for my mental health. And so I have other things that I will be doing in terms of checking in with myself, in terms of my mental health, friends and family, my community, and we're just going to go from there. So this is kind of a strange TBR, but it's a TBR nonetheless that I'm going to stick to for this month. And so hopefully you'll come back for more content. Do me a favor, if you like videos like this, hit the, click subscribe and then like this video. If you're watching this on my Nubian Review channel, which is my bookish channel, please leave me a book emoji if you made it this far. And if this is my Nubian Journals channel where you caught this video, please leave me a green heart, which is green is my favorite color, and it's also the color to, you know, to focus on mental health. So as we continue this journey, I would like to see you back in my channel soon. I hope you have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Bye, fam.